Hi, my name is Matthew Bellisario. Thanks for coming by the BellisarioSonic YouTube channel from the heart of the Deep South on the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama, where we talk about music, records, do record reviews, interviews, and much more. Today, still getting caught up on a lot of the reissues that I bought over the holidays, and I also had the Analogue Productions Acoustic Sounds Atlantic 75th series come in. I did two of those already for the month of January, so I did the Fragile Shootout with original pressing versus the new Analogue Productions. And then I did the review of the Boz Skaggs. Interesting comments on the Yes Fragile Shootout. So a lot of varied opinions on what they thought sounded better. So go check that out. Today I'm doing the third one, the complete and unbelievable, the Otis Redding Dictionary of Soul. So I'm going to be opening this up, playing this. I do not have this one in my collection. So as I've stated before, I don't do a lot of these subscription services, and we're seeing now that there's more and more of those coming out. And the Verve one is one of the latest ones. They look interesting, but I'm not one of those people that subscribes to too many of these, because there's usually I only want a few out of the lot. So this Atlantic 75th series was a little bit different for a couple of reasons. One, there's a lot of different genres that were released in this series. So, you've got stuff like this, rhythm and blues, you've got jazz, you've got classic rock, you've got some modern rock titles, and a lot of them I didn't have in my collection. So it makes sense for me to go ahead and subscribe to these and get the numbered editions. So you got the numbered edition back here. And I really have been enjoying this series overall. This series has been really wonderful. A lot of the job that they've done with these, the quality control on these have been fantastic. So far, we have almost like 40 titles that have been released, and I had to have one record replaced that was warped. The rest of them have been fantastic. The quality control has been great. They've been quiet pressings, and for the most part, I've really been happy with the way they sound. The shootouts that I've done most of the time, the Analogue Productions Acoustic Sounds has been an improvement over the original as a general rule of thumb, but you go back and watch the shootout that I did with Fragile. A little bit different there. But again, everybody has their own opinions. That's why we have our own channels, right? So anyways, today I'm going to open this up. We're going to play this, see how this sounds. This is the third Otis Redding title that's been released in this series, I think. And they've been pretty good. So let's open this up. Let's have a listen to this. This is the fifth studio album by Otis Redding and the last album before his death. So the first side of the album is mostly covers. The second one, you have a few tunes by Redding. This was released in October 1966 on the Stax label, peaked at number 73, and at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and the R&B LP charts. This one was mastered by Bernie Grundman from the original master tape and pressed at QRP. So let's go ahead and open this up. Otis Redding was born in 1941 in Dawson, Georgia, and died, unfortunately, at a young age of 26, 1967. His family moved him to Macon, Georgia, and at an early age, he started singing in the Baptist church choir. He learned guitar and piano. From the age of 10, he took drum and singing lessons. So he really got into music at a young age. Every Sunday, he earned $6 by performing gospel songs for the Macon radio station, WIBB, won a $5 prize in a teen talent show for 16 consecutive weeks. Dropped out of high school at the age of 15 to support his family, working with Little Richard's backing band, the Upsetters. Here you have the gatefold here. You guys have the first look. Again, wonderful quality pressings. I mean, these are just fantastic. The photos, the gatefolds, the thick jackets, nice pressings. I mean, you really can't beat these. I mean, look at the spine. Just wonderful job that Chad and his crew over there are doing with these releases. So let's go ahead and take this out and let's have a listen. Clean this off with some distilled water. These are all coming with advertisements here with Acoustic Sounds releases here, and then you've got the Atlantic 75th summary here. It tells you about the series. This is on the Volt label. See here, that yellow label. So let's go ahead and take this out, spray it off, and have a listen. So, yeah, as I was saying, Otis started with the backing band for Little Richard. 1958, he joined Johnny Jenkins' band, the Pine Toppers. He toured the southern states that way as a singer and driver. And then an unscheduled appearance at Stax Records recording session led to a contract and to his first single, These Arms of Mine, in 1962. All right, so let's spray this off, drop it on the RT85 here. Fluence, going through my Shitmoney preamp into my Yamaha HS8 monitors. Appreciate you guys hanging out and participating in the channel. Leave your comments. Had a lot of interesting comments for the Yes Fragile shootout that I did. And I always love when you guys leave your comments. I read all of them, and I really enjoy interacting with you guys. So, all right. So here we have Booker T and the MGs. So you have organist Booker T. Jones, pianist, guitarist Steve Cropper on here, Donald Duck Dunn playing the bass, drummer Al Jackson Jr., Isaac Hayes, Memphis horns. So let's see how this guy sounds. So we'll drop it on side one. Make sure I got the volume down over here. Let's drop this on. Let's have a listen. Looks like a flat pressing. Of course, I put it on 33 like an idiot. I do that like every freaking time. Just leave the camera rolling. It's okay. All right. 45 RPM. Better. Fa 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 fa, sad song. Steve Cropper, Otis Redding tune.
I keep singing them sad, sad songs, y'all. Sad songs is all I know. I keep singing them sad, sad songs, y'all. Sad songs, all I know.
I'm going to play a tune off of all four sides, so I'm going to go and take this one out and clean it.
Anybody can sing it in your time. Touching your heart, puts you in a groove. And when you sing this song, it'll make your whole body move. It goes bap, 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 bap. Your turn. I'll turn. Bap, 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 bap. Your turn now.
Horns sound really nice.
All my life, I've been singing sad
Vocals are over here, horns are over here.
message to you, honey. But this the only song, y'all, I can sing.
Again, this is a Bernie Grundman master.
Singing my message to me, to you, it goes, bap, 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 bap. Your turn now. It's a lovely song, y'all. Sweet music, honey. It's just a line over. It tells a story, baby. You got to get the message, a strong message, honey. A lovely line, baby. I'm a wordy line. Watch me. Bam, 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 bam. Your turn. Everybody's turn. Everybody. Bam, 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 bam. One more time.
Vocals sound pretty good. You know, another pan hard left. So far, a nice warm recording. I'm still trying to kind of wrap my ears around this. Bass fader to the left.
Yes, I've been sick too. Yeah, my baby got me in
Got the horns over here.
Now she got me suffering with a headache. Yeah, Lord, pain in my heart, working, dragging my feet. 12 long days, children had a bite to eat.
So it sounds pretty good. I'm not a fan of the way they mix this. Personally, it's just
not no doctor's medicine will do me no good. Lord have mercy, children, I wish it would. Yeah, somebody sick, bad shape, pain, trembling, your legs are trembling, your hands are tied. Feel like I got
having everything panned like this with this kind of music, unfortunately, kind of steps on the vocals a little bit because you've got that guitar and things that are panned hard left over the vocals.
Now what's wrong with me? Tell y'all I'm sick, y'all.
I'd rather have the vocals in the center.
I'm sick, y'all. Got me in a terrible shape. But somebody got to get me out this shape. Yeah, honey.
So I think the recording could have a little more depth. It's not the most. Does have the most depth that I've ever heard in a recording. It is fairly warm. The bass is over here with the vocals. Again, it kind of steps on the vocals a bit, which is kind of unfortunate. So there you had I'm Sick Y'all, which is a Cooper Porter Redding tune. I'll let a little bit of this Tennessee Waltz play and I'm going to flip it over. Then we'll listen to Sweet Lorene. See how this sounds.
I was dancing with my baby.
Interesting. So
That Tennessee Waltz.
now the vocals
But it don't
have moved over more to the center on this recording.
happened to see. I didn't know I was gonna see it. I introduced him to my baby. While it kept on playing, that friend stole my sweetheart away from me. Yes, he did. I remember.
This one sounds much better. Interesting. So you got the drums over here, bass over here. Now your vocals are more in the center. Now there's a little more depth on this one. Much better. Interesting. Okay. So I'm going to bring this down, flip it over. Let's check out some more tunes. There's definitely a difference between the first two tunes there. And I don't really see, when I was looking this up, the recording information, if these were all done at the exact same session or not. So if you guys have information on that, I'm going to look this up here and see if I can find a little more information on it. but there's definitely a difference between those first two songs and the third tune there. So let's see. This just said it was recorded between May and September of 1966. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Let's listen a little bit more. I'll do a little more research and see if I can find out any more information, because those definitely sound different, those tracks. So the way they were mixed, there's a definite improvement on that third track. So let's see if that continues through the rest of the record. Again, I don't own this album. I never owned this one, so this is a new listening experience to me. All right, so Sweet Lorraine. So far the pressing's been pretty good. I've had a little crackle here and there. So now the vocals are over here. It doesn't sound as good, this track. You got the keyboards over here, drums and vocals over here, and again, now the vocals don't sound as good when it's panned hard right. And you lose some of the depth now. So it looks like this is going to be a varied album here.
Love you more and more. When you get here, I'm gonna suck to you.
See, I'm not a fan of how they recorded the drums on these. They're really thuddy sounding. They don't have resonance coming off of them. So this is just all personal preference. So, but I don't think these are the best sounding recordings. So I'm gonna put on let's put on side 3 and listen to My Lover's Prayer. Let's just see what we get. So far, tracks 1 and 2. You know, you had that hard panning with the vocals over here. That third track, Tennessee Waltz, was completely different. You had the vocals down the center. There was more depth. There was a completely different type of mix. And then this one, now you got the vocals over here on the right. So there's not been consistency in the type of, in the recording here. So very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw on side C, side 3, My Lover's Prayer. And let's have a listen to how that sounds and see if it's interesting. I know on a lot of these records, they did a lot of different sessions and they were done at different times. This definitely spanned a period of time. Just don't know how many different sessions they did for this. So again, we got our panning to the right. Again. Bass over here. Some crackle on this one. They're clean it off again. In general, these have been really great pressings. So. Let me take this off, clean it off one more time because I'm getting some noise there. And at this time of the year too, static electricity. So I have to watch that, in a room with carpet. And if you're wearing socks or something, you definitely can get static electricity buildup. So let me wipe this back off with anti-static cloth. and we'll put it back on and have a listen. So this sounds a little bit different yet again. Yes, I have the panning over to the right. The drums sound a little bit different. It sounds like it's, you know, like they're doing almost different mixes for each song. So unlike a lot of albums, there's not a consistency in the recording and the mixing. So let's put this back on. And all right. So you got your horns over here, vocals over here. Got the guitar over here. There's a little bit more depth on this one, but then again, there's not as much stepping on the vocals as you had on the other tracks. The vocals sound really nice now on this. Horns sound nice on this one. So interesting recording here. Yeah, I prefer the like Tennessee Waltz where that vocals were more in the center. To me, it changed the whole sound of everything. So what I'm gonna do is let a little bit of the next song play, then I'll flip it over and we'll close out on side 4. Drums sound better on this track. You've got more resonance off the drums than you had on that last track that was very thuddy sounding. This you can actually hear the resonance off the drums. So again, this is a varied recording. Now you're back to that thuddy drum sound. Now you got the vocals back towards the center. So I'm going to bring it down. We'll close it out on side 4. Again, I'm not a big fan of just the way they recorded these back then. I think I stated that on the first Otis Redding when I reviewed that one. Just the way they were recording these, the drum sound like on that is very thuddy. You don't hear a lot of the resonance off the instruments. I still like the music, and the very way they recorded them and mixed them. It doesn't give a consistent listening experience throughout the album. So leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. As always, this is my opinion, and let me know what you guys think. Again, flat pressings here. I got rid of most of the noise there when I wiped it off again. And again, in this room, if I wear socks, and I can get static electricity. So,
I've got nobody.
So this one's called "You're Still My Baby,"
To call my own.
and let's see what we got here on this one. Guitars down the middle,
I believe it's bye-bye,
vocals are down the middle,
yeah.
drums to
Wish
the
you a
right,
lot of luck, darling.
bass to the left. So again, a different sounding
But
mix
you're
here.
still my baby.
Horns sound nice. This is a bit better of a mix.
Told you I love you.
The vocals being down the center like this makes it just a much better listening experience than the panned hard left, hard right stuff. So more depth. This is just a better mix. So if you're looking for consistency across these tracks, you're not going to get that on this record. You've got different mixes. Each track sounds different.
What you telling me? I wish you a lot of luck, darling. But I'm letting you know you're still my baby. You may be, yes, you may be 1,000 miles away.
All right, folks, there you have my assessment of the Otis Redding. Again, for what I think Bernie had to work with, it sounds pretty good, but I'm not a fan of how they recorded these records back then. Just my personal preference. And again, the consistency, there's no consistency throughout. The tracks I played, as you've noticed, sound completely different. And when Otis's vocals are down the center and you've got these different mixes, that's where you have the most depth and warmth, and you can hear his vocals much better than when they're panned to the right and left. And when they're panned to the right and left, they've got these other instruments that compete with his vocals, and that's a problem, just the way it's mixed. So that's my assessment. I'm sticking to it. Stay tuned. I got more stuff coming. As you guys know, I'm distributing Bird Box records releases. So below you'll find a website that has the storefront where you can purchase records from Bird Box now in the US. I'll be reviewing this one here shortly coming up, and I've got a lot of other reissues I'm still getting around to, and some new releases will be coming soon, jazz releases. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Happy listening. We'll see you next time.